Hey guys, subscribe for daily content. And if you're shopping for gear, make sure you check out the description for the newest items at some of the very best online retailers. There's also links for some of the items that I personally recommend. Thanks! What's going on YouTube? Metal Complex here, and today I've got another short little unboxing video to share with you guys. I have absolutely no idea what is in this box. Haven't the slightest clue, but we're going to find out together. As per usual, if it's something I can link, I will link it right down below in the description for you guys to check out. It does help my channel when you use those links, but that's entirely up to you. Thanks so much to my patrons for supporting me, and please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. Last video I threw this, like I did my thing and then tossed it over here, and at some point in the, like literally during the video or before, it's like the last thing I recorded, I put this inside of a Civivi pouch and put it on the shelf full of knives to my right. And I was looking around like, what did I do with that? I had no idea what I had done. And, I thought, I wonder if I tucked it into one of the pouches by mistake, right? Kind of a, put the remote in the refrigerator kind of situation. And after checking about 15 knives, there it was. So, all right, anyways, what do we... Oh, please, is today the day? Is today the day? Huh? They've been teasing me with this stuff. They keep telling me that there's something coming, something I really want to check out, and they send me other things, and I've liked all the other stuff, and that's been great. It's been great. But I've been teased, man. I shouldn't get my hopes up. Do I want to peek at this? No way of knowing. What about this? Any way of knowing? I kind of want to open this one. I want to open this one first. Okay. What do we got here? What is this? Oh boy. Is this the oh, this is this the button lock Feldspar in Damascus? Oh, with a nice pattern too. Ooh, boy, look at that. So, god dang. CJRB, this is nice. Holy moly. Now, this isn't Damasteel. This is probably, yeah, it just says Damascus. So it's their stuff. A lot of times, this Damascus at this territory is a 9CR, 8CR combo. That's really, really nice. This knife makes so much more sense as a button lock with a thumb stud. Look at that. Milled out pocket clip spots on for lefty carry is what I started to say there. Man, that's cool. That's really nice. Even has a nice sound to it. Ooh, a little metallic kind of a twang. The polish on this, initially I thought, this is just oil. I'm wiping it off. No, it's shiny. This is really, really cool. A lot of times with, I don't want to call this budget Damascus. Budget Damascus is that like crap that you find on Amazon, right? Where if it's the first time you've ever had anything in Damascus, it might seem really, really cool, right? You can get that stuff for 15, 20 bucks, and then the very first time you experience something slightly more expensive, from one of these companies who knows what they're doing, you realize, wow, cheap Damascus looks like garbage. It really does. And you find out it's made out of garbage too. So it's just poop-colored poop, right? Wow, who would have guessed? No, the pattern on this is very beautiful, very crisp, very clean, very consistent. That's nice, right? And the other nice thing is a 9CR, 10CR combination of compositions means that it will perform pretty well, which is nice, right? Because a lot of times we buy this stuff not just because it looks nice, but because it functions well. Couple this with the fact that it's on the Feldspar profile, a bit thinner than the original. I'm going to guess, boy, I think these are titanium scales. I mean, you'll know because I'll link it down below and you guys can go see. But, yeah, I think that might be the case. I remember they did a titanium frame lock version of the Feldspar. It was okay, right? But I think this, is it titanium or are these steel? It's hard for me to tell. Let's get the magnet. First determine whether or not it's magnetic. It's steel. So that means the price on this will be much less than I thought. They must have done some serious milling on the internals for that to be confusing. Oh yeah, they did. Huge pockets cut out of there. I was like, what is this? Okay, so that means that the price on this will be very good, considering it's not Damascus steel, right? This is just like a 2 ingot composition Damascus, but still good, right? Still good enough, assuming that it's in the right price tier. Steel scales, button lock, most likely in 9CR, 8CR, 9CR, 10CR Damascus, right? With a nice pattern. Given CJRB's track record of pricing things correctly and fairly, I'm going to guess that's not a bad deal, right? I'm also going to guess that you can get this exact knife in a non-Damascus blade, which is also great, right? Maybe a AR RPM 9 or something. And what is this guy? Oh boy, this is it. This is it. Finally. Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, they did it. Oh, man. This is it, right? It has to be. The Pyrite XL. Oh, man. Oh, look at that prototype. Yeah. Oh, this is so good. This is so good. This is the size that I wanted. Oh, man. Let's see here. Where is the... we got to put it up against the Rat 2. Yeah, looky there. That's what we wanted. Or that's what I wanted anyway. This size is so perfect. Man, this is going to make so many people happy. So the Pyrite is already, in my opinion, an evergreen knife. It's one of those knives, and I don't say this very often because I want to be careful about, the knives that I say are literally for everybody. The Pyrite is one of those knives that you could say is for like the vast majority of people. The vast majority of people will, make good use of it, understand how to manipulate it. It'll carry well. It'll be a generally preferable knife for most people, and it's also plenty usable by left-handed people. The only problem is that there is a significant population of people who legitimately just want a bigger knife, right? And that's always the case, right? All the way up to the people who justify that gigantic cold steel 4max knife they're carrying around, right? You never know when you're going to have to fight a bear or, pry a truck bed off of a truck or whatever, right? Just have whatever fantasy you want. But some people, either they have much larger hands or it's just based on what they've, carried in the past. A lot of people don't like to carry smaller pocket knives, or maybe they work outside where a smaller pocket knife, when you're wearing gloves or you're just doing whatever you're doing, it just doesn't quite feel as secure, or it doesn't quite feel as appropriate as a tool. But you still want to carry a folding knife for the convenience of having a folding cutting object in your pocket when it's, when you've got something that would call for it. This is a fantastic size, and they managed to, so it's still thin, but they managed to still make it comfortable. I gotta get the, hold on. I wasn't sure, so I didn't have this ready, but I want to get the other Pyrites out so that I can actually compare. Where are they? Are they here? Yeah, one, and here's the other one. Okay, wonderful. So, I love these. This one has been fantastic. It's just like a little kind of EDC. Normally I don't need a knife any bigger than this. But when we're talking about the size difference here, right? This is a good sized knife. But look at this. Even with the G10 and the steel liners, I'll please do a full steel one. They're going to do one in titanium and like a nicer steel as well. Which will, a lot of people will wait for that. But this Pyrite XL or XL Pyrite or whatever they want to call it, right? Whatever they're going to call it. Dude, This is wonderful, man. This is such a good size. It's so funny because it's such a generic profile, you know? It's so weird that it came together so perfectly. Like, it's amazing to me that this exact knife has only just now come to be. For a lot of people, this will be the ideal pocket knife, and it's for the same reason that I said that about the standard ones, right? Outside of getting some texturing on their plain steel versions, right? And just continuing to offer variation, that is the key. I think Artisan Cutlery or outside of Artisan Cutlery / CJRB, or wait, no, I started to say something else. Artisan Cutlery / CJRB, I think, is way ahead of me on this. I think they know this. They need to continue with variation. They know what they've got here. They've got a good product. It's going to sell. It's going to work, right? Variation. Different models, you know, do dealer exclusives. I think that's probably already going to be a thing. Special run variants, right? Offer back spacers, offer milled clips, right? Things like that. Let people customize. Very good idea. Different blade shapes. We've got a really, really great, should we call it the chassis, right? You just do the different stuff around it. Do the different special stuff around it. Two really, really cool knives from CJRB today. So, no idea if these are available yet. I doubt it with this guy, but, you know, if you're seeing this video, it means that we're close. Pretty cool. Sorry, the rat is just like, I'm part of it. Really excited about this. This is awesome. I'm going to throw that in the pocket immediately and start carrying it. Thank you so much to CJRB for sharing this with me and for teasing me with a bunch of other boxes here lately. That's going to be pretty much it. I will link as much information as I can in the description. Please make sure to follow me on Instagram at metal_complex. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. If you'd like to check out my other content, I do, of course, have lots of videos of knives that are either expensive or inexpensive that I do or don't like, so check those out. And if you enjoy all my content, go ahead and click on that Metal Complex logo right there and subscribe because there's definitely more coming. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and have a great day.